everyone, it's Nancy from Papercraft Arts. I have a journal to share with you today. Before I get on with showing you the journal, I wanted to say that I had this journal done about 3 weeks ago, and then the same day I went to record the flip through, I injured my arm pretty seriously. And also, I wanted to say that when I started this journal, it was started out as an idea I had. I was inspired by Gail Gostinelli's video on paper bag journals, where she uses these bags, and it inspired me because I have quite a few of these, and I thought, well, gee, I have an idea. I could alter her idea a little bit and use 2 bags, which I did. And when I started that, I covered it and I started to make the journal cards, and it just eventually grew into a full-fledged journal. So here's the flip through of it. The cover, like I said, is made up of 2 of these paper bags, and I covered it with the Tim Holtz wallpaper pack. It comes in a pack, and it's like vintage wallpapers. This is not this year's, but a couple years ago I got this pack. So that's how I covered it, the front and the back. And then as I started to create more and more for this journal, I realized that just folding the paper bag in half like this and just using this fold as a spine was not enough. So what I did eventually was to cut the paper bag and cover in half and split it, and then I added a spine in the middle, and that spine is covered with muslin, and so that's how the cover came about. This is sari silk ribbon. One piece of ribbon didn't seem to be strong enough, so I took 2 pieces and layered them, and then did a zigzag stitch down the middle to make it a little bit stronger. And it's just a loose tie, it's not attached. So that's the closure. And then the front part of the journal has 2 pockets, and there's a journal card in each one. This is the journal card for the first pocket. And I did some stenciling on the back, and you got a little charm and your tag here. I think I'm gonna put this video just a little bit closer. Just hold on while I adjust it. There, that looks a little better. And then there's a pocket right here for a bigger journal card. And the theme to this is this journal ended up being botanical. And there's the back, and then there's a little bulb pin with a flower charm on it, and that slips into this pocket. And then you open it up, and there is a pocket on the inside, and it's this journal card. This is actually from a booklet I have on botanicals. And then there's stenciling, some avocado dyed paper. This is some fabric that I currently sell in my shop in the form of a fabric ribbon. And this is the first page. This was done while I was dyeing papers. I took a die cut from cardstock, and the color dye from the cardstock transferred onto the tea dye paper. This is a little fabric ruffle. And you can see the die cut through the other side too. This is a little see-through pocket I made. This is vellum that I sprayed with ink sprays. And a little card, journal card in a pocket. And this is parchment paper that's been dyed with avocados, so you can still see the back. And the other papers I used inside this journal were by Artie Mays. It's the William Morris wallpaper collection. It's the first set that she put out. I didn't use all of them. I just used a few different ones. And this is actually a, oh, what do you call it? I can't think of it, but anyways, this is a paper I got from a digital. I think it's from Took's Craft Table that I got this one. And then this is just a stencil, a Tim Holtz stencil. And there's some stenciling and stamping on this. This is avocado dyed paper. And this is a little tag I made. And it just opens up like that. And both sides are decorated. And that just clips onto the page. There's a little die cut up here for extra decoration. This is The Country Diary, Edith Holden. It's a page from that book. And this is a little tag I made that flips over the page. This is the one side, and then you flip it over, it's a little notepad. Just one piece of paper there, but it flips over. It flips over to the other side of the page. And then I clipped it on with this bulldog. This is some leaf trim, some stamping. There's the other side. This is a ledger kind of paper that I have, a coffee dyed. Little corner pocket with a journal card that I made. This is embossed paper that I had, and then I used perfect pearls to make that design. And this is a napkin image right here. And this is some of the Artie Mays William Morris wallpaper collection. More of that paper, if I could think of it. I will eventually think of what it's called. This is parchment paper that's been dyed with avocado dye. This is a little ruffle I made from vellum that I sprayed with inks. Another avocado dye page with some stenciling and stamping. This is a little book page out of a botanical book I have. Another little die cut. Some craft paper, coffee dyed. This is another tag I made with a little vellum ruffle at the top. These labels are all Tracy Fox. That's the back, and that clips onto the page. Coffee dyed page. This is the center of the signature, and there are beads at the ends of this signature threads, and it hangs out at the bottom. So a little corner pocket. This is some more of the William Morris paper. And this is a little payroll envelope. I sell these in my store. I decorated the front. This is the back. And it opens up, and there's a tag inside. So that's that. I put some, this is where the gum part to the flap is, and I just put some washi tape over it. And that clips closed with one of my curled paper clips. And some more coffee dyed paper with stamping and graph paper. This is the other side of that little botanical book. This is some more avocado dye with a die cut. This is parchment paper actually that's been coffee dyed. And another vellum ruffle. This is the other half of the parchment paper that's been dyed with avocado. This is a top corner pocket with a little oval tag. That slips up into there. And on this side we have another little tag with some vellum. You can, or parchment. You can write on this and you can write on there. And that slips up into that corner. More coffee dyed paper, stamping, and some leaf trim. And this is a window pocket. I made this out of one of the envelopes that I have in my shop with the window. And then there's a big tag journal card. And I covered this with napkins, and then I embossed it with clear embossing powder, and then I rubbed over the embossing part with what do they call it, Inca. It's not Inca gold, but it's Inca gold, but it's the copper color. And that's the back, and this is more of the fabric that I have in my shop in a fabric ribbon. That slips into that pocket. And that's the back of it. You can write on that, you can write over this. More avocado dyed paper with some stenciling and stamping. And the back of that paper. And then in this pocket, there's a little ruffle here with some lace. There's like a trifold tag. And you open it up and there's a little P card on each vellum pocket there that opens up and you can write on it. And then there's the back of the T card. And then the middle part opens up like this. Oh, I can't get, there we go. And you can write on that. And that just folds up. And then the tag folds up like this. And then you clip it together with the paper clip. Put it at the top so it fits in the pocket. And then the last page is the other side of the first, of course, and it's got another image on it like the first one does. It's a Tracy Fox label and a little fabric ruffle down the side. And then there's a pocket in the back here with a journal card. And that's also from one of the books I have. And that's the back. And that slips in there. And that's the journal. And I'll be listing this in my shop. So, you know, if you're interested, you can stop by. There will be pictures of it, photos of it, and then of course this video. So that's the journal. And I also have a few shop updates to show you. I've added into my shop these little paper bags. I already have some in my shop, and they're made from scans of patterned coffee dyed papers that I had made, and I scanned them, and then I print them out on a fairly heavy copy paper and make the bags. Well, these bags are just plain. I thought some of you might be interested in having some plain coffee dyed paper bags. And there'll be a set of 4. And I just wanted to give you an idea. If you have washi stickers, these go really well on the bags. There's like a mushroom one. And here's like a butterfly. You can also ink around these to make them a little bit more grungier. And another butterfly. So it gives you an idea of, how you can decorate it. You can add some collage to the front, and they make a really interesting pocket that you can actually glue into the journal, or you could just make it a floating little floating bag or pocket and clip it to the page. So that's that. And then I have a new set of tabs that I'm going to add to the store, and these are made from the scans of the patterned coffee dyed papers I made, and then I print them out on cardstock. So the backs of them were white, but you can ink those, and there's like 3 different patterns of tabs here. I cut from 3 different patterns that I had, and there's 20 tabs. And here's an example of one that I inked up. And if you want to see it on a tag, I pulled out these tags I made, and that's what it looks like on a tag. So they're very versatile in terms of, how many things they go with. Here's another tag I have. You can pop this on the top, and it goes pretty well with this journal card. So that's those. And then I'm also added these little, let me get my sample here. I've also added these flower eyelets. I love these. And you can use your crocodile with them. They fit the bigger hole, punch hole. And here's an example of what they look like on a piece of paper. And the backs, this is what the back looks like. Sometimes it splits a little, because I've tried several of these. But if you're real careful, it won't split when you squeeze down. So that's what they look like on a piece of paper. So those will be in my shop as a new item. And then the last thing is these little tiny paper clips, which I absolutely love. The only thing is they're very tight. They're really nice metal. You just have to bend them a little to get them to slip on to a piece of paper. Here's an example of one on paper. That's the short side. It's the long side. They measure, let's see, I think I can't remember. They measure about, I would say 5/8 of an inch in length. And here's also a sample of the eyelet on one of the tabs and a paper clip. You can attach charms to these, and like I said, they're very tight, so they stay really well once you get them on something. So if you wanted to attach a charm, you can guarantee it won't move around too much. So those are the shop updates. The tabs, I meant to mention that. For now, I'm just gonna carry them in the regular size, but eventually I'll make some mini tabs out of this same patterns here. So that's my shop update. I hope you like the journal. I'll put links to these items, these new items in my shop in the description box below. And that's it for today. I may do a video on how I made this journal cover with the 2 bags eventually. So keep an eye out. I may have a video up. Oh, also, with the journal, you'll also get this glassine bag, which I collaged on the front. And inside are all kinds of goodies, extra tags. I think I included, it's been so while since a pen, the tag, a little notepad, some extra papers to use in your journaling. These are the extra tags. I included some tabs that I punched out of the wallpaper paper, some sari silk, some green leaf trim, a few little paper clips, a tiny one and one of the teardrop ones, and some labels and some washi stickers. So that comes with the journal as well. So I hope you like it. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.